Hello students, in today's video on parallel lines, we will be doing practice set 2.1. We start with the first question which says, in figure 2.5, line RP parallel to line MS and line DK is their transversal. Angle DHP is equal to 85 degrees. Find the measures of the following angles. Angle RHD, angle PHG, angle HGS and angle MGK. So let us start with finding the first angle. So we start with the solution. We take angle RHD. Now this angle is forming a linear pair with angle DHP. Okay, because DHP is given. So we will write the first step that angle RHD plus angle DHP is equal to 180 degrees. Angles in a linear pair. Now next step we have to substitute the value of DHP. So RHD plus 85 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So angle RHD will be equal to 180 minus 85 equal to 95 degrees. Therefore angle RHD is equal to 95 degrees. Let's go to the next one, that is PHJ. Okay. So let's have the figure once again. So for angle PHJ, where is angle PHG? This is angle PHG. So this is forming, and we already had calculated RHD. So RHD and PHG are angles forming a linear pair, vertically opposite angles. They are vertically opposite angles. So angle PHG is equal to angle RHD equal to 95 degrees. So we will write, therefore angle PHG is equal to 95 degrees. Now the next third one is HGS. We have to find out HGS. Now where is HGS? HGS is this angle. Okay. Now this angle is forming a corresponding angle with this angle, that is DHP. So we will write that angle HGS is equal to angle DHP equal to 85 degrees, corresponding angles. So therefore angle HGS is equal to 85 degrees. Now the fourth is angle MGK, this angle. This angle is forming, they are vertical, and HGS are vertically opposite angles, so they will be equal. So we write the fourth step, angle MGK is equal to angle HGS equal to 85 degrees, vertically opposite angles. Therefore we can say that MGK is equal to 85 degrees. Clear students? Let's go to the next question. The second, this is how we have to write the final answer. Now your question number 5 of the same exercise is similar to question 1. So you will try to do this on your own. Okay. We go to the next question, that is the second question of practice set 2.1. Now in the figure, where is the figure? This is the figure. In the figure 2.6, line P is parallel to line Q and line L and M are transversals. Measure of some angles are shown. Hence find measures of angle A, B, C, D. Now in this figure, these are the parallel lines. Which are the parallel lines? P and Q are parallel lines. L and M are the transversals, and angle A is here, B is here, C is here and D is here. We have to find the measures of these angles, unknown angles. There are some angles which are given here as 110 and 150, but they are not named. So let's name them. We start with the solution. Let X be 110 and angle Y be 115. So we'll take X here and Y here. Okay. Now we will also consider angle Z. Where it is in the figure? Angle Z is this angle. Okay students, this is angle Z. So now using this, we will start with the solution. Now we know angle A and angle X form a linear pair of angles. So angle A plus angle X will be 180 degrees. So angle A plus 110 will be 180. So angle A will be 180 minus 110 equal to 70 degrees. Let's, in the same way, now let's calculate. This is how we put the answer in the box. Let's calculate angle D now. Same way, angle D plus angle Y is equal to 180 degrees, angles in a linear pair. Substitute for Y, that is we substitute 115. Angle D plus 115 is 180. So angle D will be 180 minus 115 equal to 65 degrees. So hence we get that angle D is equal to 65 degrees. Now, what is left? We have got A, we have got D. Now we have to find B and we have to find C. Now, in order to find B, first we will try to find out Z. Okay. Now to find out Z, let's write this next step. Line P and line Q, and line P is parallel to line Q and line L is its transversal. So let's see the lines. Line P, line Q are parallel and line L is the transversal. Now when these lines are there, angle A will be equal to angle Z because they are corresponding angles. So we write angle Z is the unknown. So I write this first. Angle A we know. So angle Z is equal to angle A equal to 70 degrees. They are corresponding angles. So therefore I can say that Z is equal to 70 degrees. Now once I get Z, we can easily find out angle B because Z and B are vertically opposite angles. So how do we write the step, students? We have to find out B. So we write angle B is equal to angle Z equal to 70 degrees, vertically opposite angles. Therefore, angle B is equal to 70 degrees. So we have got A, we got D, we got B. Now next is we have to find out C. Now in order to find C, we have to take line P and line Q are again parallel to each other and line M is its transversal. So line P parallel to line Q. Now where is the transversal? This line is the transversal. Now for this line, angle C and angle Y are again corresponding angles. So we write angle C is equal to angle Y equal to 115 degrees, corresponding angles. Therefore, we can say angle C is equal to 115 degrees. So let's write the final answer. Angle A is equal to 70, angle B is 70, angle C is 115 and angle D is 65. You can put a box around this C. Let's go to the next question now. This is question number 3. In figure 2.7, line L is parallel to line M and line N is parallel to P. Find angle ABC from the given measure of an angle. Now only one angle is given here. You have to find out the remaining angles. So let's start. Let us take this angle here as D. So solution, we will take, let line L is parallel to line M and line P is the transversal. So angle D will be equal to 45 degrees, corresponding angles. Okay students, angle D, we have taken here one angle D so that we can get a relation between all these angles here. So we had to take an unknown, this angle as D, and D is 45 degrees. Now let us get the relation between all these other angles. Now angle A plus angle D is 180 degrees. They are forming a linear pair of angles. So let's substitute for D. So we get angle A plus 45 is 180 degrees. So angle A will be 180 minus 45 equal to 135 degrees. Now what is the relation between A and B? A and B are vertically opposite angles. So angle B is equal to angle A equal to 135 degrees, vertically opposite angles. Therefore I can say that B is equal to 135 degrees. Now what is the relation between B and C? Line N is parallel to line P and line M is its transversal. So where is line N, line P and line M is the transversal. So what type of angles are C and B? They are corresponding angles. So we can get that angle C is 135 degrees. So let's write the final answer. Angle A is 135 degrees, angle B is also 135 degrees and angle C is also 135 degrees. Let us take the next sum, the fourth question, which says that in figure 2.8, sides of angle PQR and angle XYZ are parallel to each other. Prove that angle PQR is congruent to angle XYZ. Let's have the figure. Now what they are saying in the question is sides PQR of angle PQR and angle XYZ are parallel. That means sides are parallel and this side are parallel. So let's write them. Sides of angles are rays. So we need to write the given as ray YZ is parallel to ray QR. See this, ray YZ parallel to QR, and next we will write the next pair, that is ray YX parallel to ray QP. This is ray YX parallel to ray QP. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove this part. So this part will come in to prove that. To prove that angle PQR is congruent to angle XYZ. So this is what we have to prove. Clear? Now in order to prove this, we need to make one construction. Let ray xy intersect ray qr at M such that angle x dash y dash M and q dash M dash R. Now what is the meaning of the statement? Let ray xy. Let ray xy means a ray in the downward direction. So let's have the ray xy which will intersect ray qr at M such that x dash y dash M and q dash M dash R. So let's write the proof now. Now to start with the proof, we start with whatever is given. There are two statements that are given, so we start with the first one, that is ray yz parallel to ray qr given. So ray yz parallel to ray qr. Now when these two rays are parallel, we can say that angle xyz is congruent to angle ymr. Okay, why they are congruent? Because they are corresponding angles. So let's write it that xyz congruent to ymr corresponding angles. Okay, now we'll go to the next part, next statement which is given, that is ray yx parallel to ray qp. Now ray yx parallel to ray qp, when these two rays are parallel, we can write that, we can get that angle ymr will be congruent to angle pqr. Correct? Why? Again, because they are corresponding angles. So let's write that statement, that is angle ymr congruent to angle pqr corresponding angles. Now we already had in statement number 2, that is angle xyz is congruent to angle ymr and ymr is congruent to angle pqr. So I can say that xyz is congruent to angle pqr. Correct? Or PQR is congruent to XYZ. So let's write that statement, that is angle PQR is congruent to angle XYZ from to and fro. 4 in these two statements we are having that YMR is common. So we need to write the reason. Okay. So this is what we have to prove. So we conclude the proof by writing hence proved. I hope you have understood this, students. You may have to watch this proof 2-3 times to understand this. Okay. With this we end today's session. Thank you.